during the OSAP study, the DIA study of the ranch, they sent several intelligence agents to the property to see what would happen, just kind of poke the bear. All of them, well, there were 5. All 5 of them had experiences that were very dramatic, and all 5 of those took it home with them. There was one who was like a female James Bond, really experienced, had been in combat, tough as nails. She had a bad time at the ranch. She goes home. She walks in the door of her apartment, and a wine bottle flew across the room from this wine rack and smashed on this wall. They started having orbs inside their home. Her roommate was her fiance. This went on for months. He finally broke off the engagement and moved out. One of the other guys who was there, he had been at the DIA. He had worked for Office of Naval Intelligence. He ended up being he had many other jobs. I won't go into a lot of the details because I don't want to identify him, but he went on the property. He was with these couple other guys. They're packing weapons, which often on the ranch, the things that happen the most dramatic are to people who go in there with sort of an attitude, I'm not afraid of this, I'll show you, I've been to combat, I'm tough. They get it the worst. And these 3 were walking down the middle homestead, and the temperature drops like 30 degrees. And they see this big dark spot right in front of them, and they feel a presence. It's telling them they're not welcome there. And they're like frozen, and they start backing up. They all took it home. This guy gets home. He doesn't see it at his house. He's on the East Coast, but his family starts seeing it. So his wife is doing dishes, looking out the window into their yard, and there is a wolf standing on 2 legs, leaning on a tree like this, like, hey, what's that? She's rubbing her eyes, doesn't want to tell anybody about this, can't be. The next day, her kids are in the living room, looking in the same direction through a picture window and see the same thing. They start screaming, Mom, there's a wolf in the yard. And they all go look at it, and it starts taking off down the road, running on 2 legs, kicking up leaves. A wolf on 2 legs, 6 feet tall. And they start having orbs in the house. They wake up at night, and there's big, tall, shadowy, humanoid, dark figures at the foot of their bed. Same kind of things that had happened to the family on the ranch. This went on for 10 years. This guy moved to another state, left his 2 sons in this house. It's still happening in this house. He and his wife moved to a different state, and it started happening there. It's now 12 years later.